Hello, ladies. My name is Jazz, and welcome to the, or let me retake that. Hello, mortals. Welcome to the What If. Now, and happy Halloween to you guys. And I know it's Halloween, and happy Halloween. So, yeah. So now, with that out of the way, let's jump right into the What If. So, today's What If that I'm making is going to be, let me get it up here. What if Deku was Dave from Batman? Just to clarify, from Batman. Not some random, thing. So, yeah. This version of Dave. Yeah. So, that's spelled with D.A.V.E. Yeah. So, yeah. So, this might come out as a little crazy, but that's okay. And the beginning intro, this guy, he is Zuko. That's what he looks like. And I am adding Zumi into this What If, but she'll be the daughter of the creator that created her, or created Zuko. So, let's jump right into it without further ado. So, let's begin with the Inko. Normally I do, like, Zuko and Zumi been born and all that stuff. But no. So, Inko ends up, after she got married and had Zumi, she ends up, because Inko basically was there, or actually Inko was a scientist in this alternate universe, so she does have a quirk, and plus her daughter has a quirk, so of fire manipulation, and yeah. So Inko was like, I need to figure out this project. It's a project Zuko after her. Yeah. So then the time skipped to making it, and they made a prototype. The one that I am on right now used to be a prototype, like a test demo. So and his name is Zuko Midoriya, named after Inko and Musashi. Yeah, and plus, when the machine failed, but instead of, like, it, how will I put this? It made it fail so that, to escape. So, and he has I can't even say it, nanoparticles, like how Joker 2.0 is. you know that one scene where Joker clones himself and makes a Joker 2.0, and Joker 2.0 inherits the nanoparticles? Yeah, well, that's with Zuko. No. Oh, so yeah. So he changes his designs. So when they fleshed him out, like, as, but the mission was successful, just needed a better robot thing. As they're so proud of her because they can see why Zuko. So, but then they didn't realize that Zuko, whom the prototype actually escaped before. And so he, or let himself be, yeah, so when he formed, like reformed himself into himself, like what you see before you. And no, he did not steal any skin from the, like, the guys from Trash. So, but he did steal the lab coat from the, or not lab coat, but the suit thing from, okay? So then, so what does he do? He joins UA. Like, at age of 15. So because Zumi was going to UA at 15, he did stop Musclear from killing the to whom pro heroes. He used his own strength. And yeah. And so when he didn't kill all or Musclear, but he simply knocked him out. Like, bonk, done. So, yeah. Zuko ends up being pretty good with his powers. Because he also has encodes memories. Or actually, he has every power of everyone, and heroes, villains, and citizens. Like, he has the power of everyone. So, that thing that's coming out of his finger, like tip of his finger, is actually from, 13. Like, you know how she basically has that black hole thing where she, like, shoots black holes? Well, Zuko can do that too. And muscular arms. So, yeah. And his hairstyle is similar to, like, Eraserheads, but with a little bit green. Like, imagine him with green hair. That would be the day that would be like, nah, bruh, nah. So, yeah. So, he does have every other power, like Music Mike's voice thing. And plus, because he's robot, or he's a machine, he ends up, he could communicate with the satellite dish, or he could control satellite dishes. So, yeah. And he knows that he's a robot. Because besides, and he knows his origin, that he was created from Inko, or Inko created him because yeah. So he even, yeah. So in return of the favor of him existing in this what if universe, he actually, he didn't kill Inko, but he decided to join UA because because he also has Inko's memories, and her regrets were if she won. Yeah, so Zuko joins UA at the same time as Zumi. And Zumi gets one for all, I forgot to mention. So, then a time skip to the USJ. Zuko's in Class 1A, I forgot to mention. And so he goes to USJ and meets 13. And he knows that. So he basically went. You have awesome powers. No, it's 13. Yeah. Or actually, he recognizes the schedule without him even. And basically erased their heads like. Or actually, he told Ochako, because Ochako was sitting right next to him. But she was actually loved Bakugo. So, but he already had someone sitting right next to him. And so he tells Ochako, guess your favorite hero is going to be there 13, right? And when Ochako turns, how did you know? I haven't told you my favorite hero. Oh, and so, yeah. I know all the... Hey? What makes her, like, admired you to become him, like, a hero? Well, to earn some money for my family and all that. Yeah, I could see that, but I know that you care more about the, yeah. So, after they arrived, it's an honor meeting you, 13. So then yeah. So then they get ambushed, but Zuko's like, And those are real villains. Yeah. Mr. Ozawa, let me take care of the Nomu. Can I? Can I? Because you can't handle him. As Eraserhead says, you're just a student. I know you're gonna get killed by the Nomu, okay? As he knows, as he tells, the reason why I'm looking away is because sometimes he talks so loud that, plus, yeah. So he did tell Eraserhead that it's just, I mean, I don't want you to overdo your quirk. Let me deal with Nezu, or Nomu. Let me deal with Nomu. Oh. It's not in his domain. It's just, I know how they think. I know how the Nomu is. Like, basically, he beats you down, and you try to use your quirk on, as he predicted it. As Razorhead says, okay, as long as you return back to me, yeah. So then they both jump down. As he bypasses all the villains. But bam! As he hits the Nomu right in the chest. But because Zuku's fighting stance, when he punched the Nomu, it basically was similar to All Might's strength, but way more stronger. So then he lifts his arm up and hits a Nomu right in the brain. He hits it so hard that even his own, or the Nomu exploded. No, not my Nomu, as Shiraki-sen says. You'll die. As Shiraki-sen runs up to him, but Zuko just teleports away. Before he shows up. As Tenya, or 13 commands Tenya to go. As Zuko says, let me open a portal, and as he opens the portal, as Tenya go. As Tenya goes through the green portal that Zuko made. And he ran so fast. Shows up to UA, basically like he promised. As, don't use your pouring on this guy, 13. He'll take your power to and use it against you right behind your back. As 13, he understands what he means. As Zuko runs right past us, and or he went invisible, first of all, ran right up to he ran right up to right behind Kirigiri, and bent the metal too much, so as he's like, ah! Kirigiri says that. Like, ah! Yeah, he collapsed. Name. Now, leave this one to me. Boom! As he opens the door. And, yeah. And don't worry. Name. Yeah. So Zuko goes it. Gets everyone out of there. And Eraserhead actually took out Sharky and all the remaining Nomus. Or remaining, villains. Plus, Zuko took out the Nomu before. 2 Nomus in one battle. And how did you know their moves? I can predict. And no, I am not a UA trader if you're thinking about that. I simply I know how people think. Like how I know that Ochako loves Bakugo more than anyone else. As Ochako's face blushes when he said that. As she could not believe that someone just instantly knows. Oh, is that from, yeah. Well, Zuko, who was yeah, now. So, the remaining villains are just, yeah, going back into Eraserhead as the villains are about to, that have mutation quirks, says, it's time for you to die, as it was slow motion, but Zuko was faster, as he knocks out all the villains, as he pulls out the same thing I forget his name. Did I not have him? Oh, yes I did. Okay. This guy, his arm turns into that. He shoots all the villains as they're boom, boom, boom. They're neutralized. So they're not going to move for at least 5 hours. So then Eraserhead had only a couple scars. And remember what I said about overusing your quirk? Well, don't overuse it. Yeah, you did say that, but as you're just a student. Him, let's get you out of here. As he picks up Eraserhead, and the remaining villains are get them! As he's huh. As he throws, or he used gravity to lift Eraserhead's up, and he basically says, huh. as he spins around the villains, and and they're all got knocked out before. Yeah. Well, yeah. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Sorry. So, yeah, Zuko ends up. He did teleport Eraserhead out of there before. So, yeah. So then so he did ask his sister, or like, to. Nope, okay. There. So, yeah, he asked his. So, basically, because he sees her as his sister, he wants to protect her from any form of damage. So, that's spelled with D.A.V.E. Because sometimes my nose is like. Oh, sorry. So, yeah. Zuko ends up basically. Yeah. As he knows that he's a robot. But there is a. So, after that whole incident thing, he went to an abandoned factory where he sets up like machines at there, and he made a human body by using his own DNA of Inko and Asashi. And like puts it in. And like basically he puts the nanochip thing so that if the nanoparticles thing dies, then he can transfer his body, or no, transfer him and all of his powers into the more human thing. So yeah. And he did like put some clothes out for him, or his body, or his clone body. So yeah. So then the time skip to All Might versus All for One, because yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much details of like sports festival, the such basically. And then ends up, so I'm skipping to a good stuff, so yeah. So Eraserhead, or no, not Eraserhead. So All Might was injured, and All for One was about to, like, he says, as he's charging up his laser, it's time for you to die. As he shoots a laser off. As he says, is this the end of my existence? As a voice comes out, nothing ends. As Zuko steps between the laser attack and All for Might. as he uses the same move that 13 used. As he, yeah, he's orbed the laser attack into his finger. As he says, huh. Or all for one's like, huh. The failed prototype of the has appeared with us. I'm not a failure. I know I'm a robot. And when everyone heard that, and when everyone heard that he's a robot, as Momo recognizes literally recognizes which prototype she was, or that she could think of. Because her competitors had Inko as their scientist. And yeah, Momo's like, huh. This is what I heard about the prototype. It's Project Zuko Midoriya. And everybody looks at her like, wait, so you're saying, yeah, he's a artificial intelligence. As All for One says, it's an honor meeting someone, a robot just like you. As Zuko's just straight up says, huh, it's an honor meeting someone that's got beaten once by All Might. But now, as Zuko's power level, as he ran right in, or he ran right up to All for One head on, and like he hits right in the chest as he says, spark. Boom! As he learned that trick from, or he mastered a trick that he walks up, or he ran up, punched All for One, and sent an electric spark. Like a human Pikachu. Oh. What I mean is let me show you who I'm talking about. Yeah. This guy. Because Zuko had this version of Zuko is way more powerful than anyone. Because he doesn't get any drawbacks from, like, any powers that he used. So when he comes in, and you know how that one thing where he uses, yeah, well, as he punched All for One, and it obliterated, all the quirks except for Search Quirk that belongs to Wild Cat and Yellow. So then he ends up grabbing it, and he did clean it off, and he says, as he tossed it to the Eraserhead, as Eraserhead caught it before. Or actually, Gran Torino caught it before. And like, he... What's this? It's her quirk. It's her search quirk. And you can give it back to her. Inject it into her arm. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So then the villain's like, no! Not my quirk. Well, bam! As Zuko gets, or All for One gets hammered. Bam! As he uses All Might's 300 punches. As Zuko made him, like, nanoparticles of, like, wings or jet engines, and, like, flew right up to where All for One was at. And he kicked his can, like, basically, he kicked his butt around the entire world faster than the speeding bullet. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and then boom, boom. As everybody's like, dang, that's scary. As him. As Zuko's just hate up like, let's roll. As he basically backflips, landed. He did 3 somersaults in the air and landed right on, or should I say, he did 20 somersaults backwards all the way to, as he says, now, I believe it's a phrase, your turn. As Zuko uses different phrases. And All for One gets up. Now you made me mad. As he's about to use full, like, you know how, like, I forget his name. Not Lord Frieza, not Valen, but it was Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta. Yeah. So, basically, you know how that one saying, or you know that one move that's like, that like super bomb thing? Well, yeah, imagine that, but times 300. As Zuko, who teleports everyone away before, as Zuko's just straight up laying. Or actually, he actually teleported them All for One. Or actually, I just remembered, he teleported everyone out of there. Because, yeah. And no, he only destroyed the city. So, fully. But he teleported everybody on the other side of a world. But yeah, Zuko and between Zuko and All for One now. So All for One, or actually Zuko basically, so All for One says it's time for you to die. And so he jams right into Zuko's chest, where his core is, and crushed it. But Zuko did the same thing. But he did tear All for One to, like, bacon bits thing before. So, but before he died, he says, my true mission was to protect Zumi at all times. I don't see her as my creator's daughter. I see her as my own sister. As he raises his hand up as a satellite dish shoots a beam of light. You know how Injustice 1, first one, where Lex Luthor, like, basically puts two hands? Well, Zuko's used that same power, but he uses it with one hand, and he's like, bye, boom, as he obliterated All for One. And as Zuko shuts down, or as he collapsed, as Inko Asashi, or actually, Inko ran, or actually she flew all the way back and to see what, it was a news helicopter, so yeah. So when they landed, they found his, like, machine body name was just laying on the ground. As she ran right up to him, as she could not believe that her own creation saved everyone. As she, like, basically as she's crying with tears coming down her face. Yeah. The news who's recorded all that stuff happen. And everybody was crying. But they were cheering. Like, they were happy. But then, when Zuko sacrificed his own life to save theirs, as Zuko's, they didn't know that Zuko had a actually a human body. So when Zuko basically told everybody, or when Inko can't believe that she lost her favorite creation, her favorite project. So then, so her boss, congratulates her on like creating a force of like most powerfulest ones. So, but this robot, or the Zuku, knew when he came back in a human body, he's like, that was fun. As he gets out of his machine, as Zuko still had the powers of everybody and all of their memories, except for All for One, because and his memories. So when Zuko came back to life, he looks more human than a robot. So when they were like, "Dear lies, Zuko Midoriya." So they like basically crushed him into like a little box. So the next day after that, everybody's like sobbing that they miss Zuko. They didn't care if Zuko was a robot the entire time. But then a familiar knock on the door. As he opens as Eraserhead walks it, or opens the door. Sorry, I'm late. As Zuko says, as when he walks in, everybody's eyes lit up. Like they can't believe him. Did you guys miss me or something? Yeah. Where have you been? As he sits down, Can they tell you what really happened that day? Or that... Sure. As he tells them that, like, before I-9, I transferred myself into another body. So, looks more human, doesn't it? Yeah. I used a cloning machine. Like, replicate the human and, like, clones. So you built yourself a new body so that just to be safe. Yeah. Yeah. So Momo says, yeah. Plus, the clone of a human is pretty simple. But I still have my own memories and my own powers. It's still me, so... And everybody's like... Including Eraserhead is like, man... It's good to see... Or everybody says, it's good to see you, by the way. Yeah. You can't get rid of me that easily. So... As he takes off his coat before... And sees how real Yeah. Because he's cloned from Inko and Natashi's. And he has, like... Yeah. So... And so, after school, Zumi walks up with her head down. And she asks, is it true that... You don't see me as the my own mother's daughter, biologically. You see me as your sister, yeah. Between me and you, my or her mother, her slash my creator, her memories are stored or was mixed in. So that's why I have everybody's memories. Memories from class 1A, 1B, pro heroes, citizens, villains. As when everyone says, whoa. As Momo says, Project Zuko is one mysterious project. Yeah, that's true. But there's one thing that is high testify thing is that me has more knowledge of everything. Yeah. So he didn't like. You know how Dave wears that coat and without it, this is what he looks like? Well, Zuko actually looks like when he took off his coat. He had short sleeves on, like basically similar to All Might when he's like, yeah. Like basically imagine the lower or upper half from waist to his neck is his shirt. Basically, yeah. As Zucker says, well, yeah. And he's more human than anyone. So he can use every power. So Momo actually, she walked up to Zuko and she did something that everybody, no, us guys don't know, but, well, she basically, how some people think, yeah. She ended up asking, so, let me zoom in. So, Momo asked Zuko out. And, yeah, so then all that stuff. And so they were dating for a long time. And instead of calling him Project Zuko, you know what they called him? Zuko Midoriya. Then, yeah. He does meet his, creator. And she's like, actually, this is how they met. When he was walking into, see his mother, or should I say, his creator, as the boss guy was all upset, and he was about to fling a whip at her, but Zuko caught it, as he says, no need to treat your employees like that. As, who cares? She is my employee. She's my responsibility. As, really? As he basically, Zuko breaks the boss guy's arms and breaks the legs. As he says, no. As he flicks him, boom. Knocks him out. No need to do that. So then he, like, because he sees how bruised up his crater was, as so then he used his power of rewind to, like, make her face back to normal. So, yeah. Normal. As he says, I'm not into a killing mood, but that's just... As the boss guy says, you have no evidence, or you don't even exist. And the reason why you're existing is because of me. I believe you were wrong. I was created from Inko, my creator, not you. But you are owned by this company. And what does this company do? Make weapons for... As actually, Zuko knew what his true plans are. So this company is making weapons for the villains to basically take on heroes, am I right? How did you know that? Remember, I have all the memories of everyone, including you. As when Inko heard what the project Zuko was really about, making the killing machine to kill all the pro heroes. But Zuko knew that. So he actually had, like, a camera and listening device, or like his ear and his eye, as he broadcasted around the world. And even the police department just, like, bust right in, and they're like, good job, Zuko. We've been tracking this fool down for a long time. But how? You didn't realize that I have a camera, eye, and I could literally hear yeah. So it broadcast around the world. So everyone knows that the reason. So Inko's out of a job because, yeah. As she cries, as she didn't realize that she was working with a villain. But then Zuko turned around and he basically, puts his, basically he picks her up and he says, not your fault. You didn't know. So, Yeah, you're right. I didn't know that. As the villain then lifted his entire body up, and he ran right towards Zuko. As he turns around and backhands him, sending him on. Well, if this company's gonna be shut down, 10, 9, 8. As Zuko snaps his fingers, bomb has been defused. Wait, what? Wait, what? As everybody... here, hold on. Where is it? The boss guy's like, wait, what? Remember, I can control technology. Bombs are nothing to me. So yeah. So Zuko did, Hellman go up and get her out of there. And so the policemen and pro heroes took the boss guy of that company into custody. And yeah. So he did. And so they're like, yeah, you're... And, yeah. So, Zuko was pretty good at, as he tells Inko that name, he sees her as... He doesn't see her as a creator anymore. He sees her as his mom. He literally told her that when they were walking home. And when she heard that as she says, yeah, as he can't, or as she, hugs him, so, yeah, so, let's do a time skip to the future, basically, where Momo and Zuko got married to each other, basically. Momo gets married to Zuko, and, yeah. So, they had kids, and, yeah, all that stuff. So, this video has gone long enough, and I believe it's been... Let's see, hold on, give me a minute. Yeah. So, I know this videos are long, but because I don't know how to make a little icon, the one that tells me what time it is, because I can't really, go back and forth. So, yeah. So, have a great day, and see you guys later, and happy Halloween! Whoa! Pie.